Hello and welcome to Kashmatics. In this lesson I'll teach you about BIDMAS, which is an acronym we use to help us remember the order in which we need to perform calculations. Now I'm going to go through some basic questions first and then move on to some slightly trickier ones. So grab yourselves a pen and some paper and let's get started. Now BIDMAS, or some people like to call it BODMAS, is the order in which we need to perform calculations, and the B stands for brackets. So if there's any brackets in the question, we need to do those first. I stands for indices, so that's like your squares and your square roots, or your cubes and your cube roots. D stands for division, M for multiplication, A for addition, and S for subtraction. Now some people think division has to come before multiplication and addition has to come before subtraction, but that's not the case. All that means is divisions and multiplications come before additions and subtractions. And I'll go through plenty of examples to show you how it works. So let's have a look at this first question. We've got 3 plus 4 times 5. So are there any brackets? No, there aren't, so we can ignore that bit. Are there any indices? No. Are there any divisions? No. Is there a multiplication? Yes, there is. So the first thing I need to do is this multiplication, and I tend to put a line underneath it to show that's what I'm going to do first. So I need to do 3 plus whatever 4 times 5 is. So this is the bit I need to do first, and that bit is 20. And now I don't need to worry about the rest of BIDMAS because there's only one operation left here. 3 plus 20 is 23. In the second example, do we have any brackets? Yes, we do. So I'm just going to underline that. Okay, so I need to do the bit in brackets first. 3 plus 4 is 7. Times by 5, and I've only got one operation left, so there's no need to go through the rest of BIDMAS. So 7 times 5 is 35. And this question over here, 3 times 4 plus 5, and the 4 plus 5 is in brackets, so I need to do that first. So this gets done first. So it's going to be 3 multiplied by 9, and because there's only one operation left, I just do it, and that is 27. This next example, there's no brackets, there's no indices, but there is a division, so let's underline that. I'm going to do that first. 18 divided by 2 is 9, and it's 9 take away 5, which is 4. The next example, if I go through the list, no brackets, no indices, but there is a division, so let's underline that. So it's 20 take away whatever 16 divided by 2 is, and that's 8, plus 3. Now, although there's 2 operations left, remember additions and subtractions get done together. Okay, so there's no brackets left, no indices, no divisions. Well, we've done the division. There's no multiplications, but there are some additions and subtractions. So I just do 20 take away 8, which is 12, and 12 add 3 is 15. And our last example. Now you'll notice there's a division as well as a multiplication. Okay, and BIDMAS says the divisions and multiplications get done before any additions and subtractions. Now there's no brackets or indices, so I can ignore that part, but what I do need to do is make sure this bit and this bit get done first. So 5 times 3 is 15, so that's 15 take away whatever 18 divided by 9 is, and that is 2, and I've just left with 15 take away 2, which is 13. Now if you need to make some notes, please pause the video, otherwise let's move on to some more examples. So let's have a look at these 4 examples. Now this first one, are there any brackets? No. Are there any indices? No. Are there any divisions? No. Are there any multiplications? Yes, there's 2 of them. Okay, so there's a multiplication here and here. So we need to do those first. 3 times 2 is 6, plus whatever 4 times 7 is, which is 28. And because there's only one operation left, we can just do it. 6 plus 28 is 34. Second example. No brackets, no indices, no divisions, but there is a multiplication, so that gets done first. So this becomes 3 plus whatever the answer to this part is, which is 8, take away 7. Now because all I'm left with is additions and subtractions, I can just do them. So 3 at 8 is 11, 11 take away 7 is 4. This next question, no brackets, no indices, but there are divisions and multiplications. So this division and this multiplication get done first. So 40 divided by 2 is 20. Take away 3 times 6, which is 18. Now because there's only one operation left, 20 take away 18 is 2. And the last one, no brackets, no indices, but there is a division. So let's underline that and do that first. 3 plus 5 take away 7. Okay, 5 because 40 divided by 8 is 5. Now, because there's only additions and subtractions left, I can just do them. 3 add 5 is 8. 8 take away 7 is 1. Okay, so there's 4 more examples for you to make a note of. So pause the video if you need to, and then we'll move on to some questions. Right, so here's 10 questions for you to try. Pause the video, and then I'll go through the answers shortly. So I'm going to reveal the answers in 3, 2, 1, and there you go. Okay, so just check 3 are working and see if you've got those right, and then we'll move on to some slightly trickier examples. Right, so here's 8 more examples, and these ones are slightly trickier because they do involve indices. And not only that, we've got some more complicated divisions and multiplications going on. Right, so let's have a look at the first one, and we go through BIDMAS just as before. Are there any brackets? No, there aren't. Are there any indices? Yes, there is one. Okay, and that's this one here. So that's what I'm going to do first. So it's 3 plus whatever 4 squared is, which is 16, multiplied by 2. Is there a multiplication or division? Yes, there is. There's one here. So I need to do that next. 3 plus whatever 16 times 2 is, which is 32. And because there's only one operation left, I can just do that now. And the answer there is 35. Next example. Are there any brackets? Yes, there is a set of brackets. So 3 plus 4 makes 7. So that becomes 7 squared multiplied by 2. Now that we've sorted out the brackets, let's go and see if there's any indices. Yes, there are. 7 squared. That's 49. So it's 49 times 2. And because there's only one operation left, we can just do it. 49 times 2 is 98. Next example, no brackets, but there is an indice. Okay, so the 2 squared. So it's 16 divided by whatever 2 squared is, which is 4. Take away 1. Now we've sorted out the indices, so now we've got a division to sort out. So we do the division next. 16 divided by 4 is 4. So it becomes 4 take away 1, which is 3. Next one. 16 divided by 2 is in brackets, so the brackets get done first. So that's 8 squared, take away 1. And indices next, so 8 squared is 64, take away 1. Sorry, I should have put a line under there. And 64 take away 1 is 63. Well, these 4 examples at the bottom are slightly trickier, okay, because you've got brackets and you've got BIDMAS going on inside the brackets as well. So we need to do whatever's in the brackets first, but inside the brackets there's BIDMAS going on, so independently of the brackets. So 10 take away 4 times 2. So inside the brackets, the 4 times 2 gets done first. So I'm going to keep the brackets because I haven't dealt with them yet. It's going to be 10 take away 8 squared, add 7. And now I can deal with the brackets because I've only got one operation left in there. 10 take away 8 is 2. So it's 2 squared, add 7. Okay, so the brackets are dealt with. Now I can sort out the indices. So the 2 squared makes 4. 4 add 7 makes 11. Right, next example. Brackets, no. Indices, yes. Okay, let's underline that. So it becomes 10 take away 4 times 4, add 7. Okay, so dealt with the brackets and the indices. Well, there weren't any brackets anyway. Multiplications and divisions next. Yes, 4 times 4, there's your multiplication, so that next. 10 take away 16, add 7. Now, because there's only additions and subtractions left, we can just do it. 10 take away 16 is minus 6, and minus 6 plus 7 is 1. Now, this next one is slightly trickier. What it actually means is the whole of that numerator is divided by all of that denominator. So what is helpful to do is actually put brackets around the numerator and around the denominator, just to remind you of that. So what we've got in the numerator is 7 plus 5 times 3. So we need to do BIDMAS with this numerator separately. So it becomes 7 plus 15. Okay, you need to do the 5 times 3 first. I'm still going to keep it in brackets, divided by 10 take away 4 times 2. So I need to do BIDMAS with the bottom as well. So it's 10 take away 4 times 2. So 10 take away 8. So again, I want to put brackets there. So let's sort out the numerator. 7 add 15 is 22. Divided by 10 take away 8, which is 2. Remember, this means 22 divided by 2, which is equal to 11. And on to our last example. Now, I'm not going to put brackets around the top and around the bottom because it's just going to get a bit messy, but I need to bear that in mind. Now the top has got BIDMAS going on, and there's brackets in there, and there's BIDMAS going on within the brackets as well. So let's just sort out what's in these brackets first. So we've got 3 plus whatever 4 squared is, okay, because this indice or this index needs to get done first. So it's 3 plus 16 multiplied by 4 divided by whatever 20 take away 38 divided by 2 is. So according to BIDMAS, the 38 divided by 2 gets done first, which is 19. Alright, now the top becomes 3 plus 16, which is 19, 19 times 4, which is 76, divided by whatever 20 take away 19 is, and that is 1. So this is 76 divided by 1, which is 76. So pause the video if you need to and make some notes, and then we'll go on to some questions. So here's 8 questions for you to try. Pause the video and I'll go through the answers shortly. And I'm going to reveal the answers in 3, 2, 1, and there you go. Okay, so just check through to see if you've done those right, and if you have, well done. And that's it for this lesson. Thank you for watching and listening. Hope you'll be back for another tutorial. Goodbye for now.